He worked in universities as a research scientist and then as an international business manager in the biotech industry. He's loved music since childhood and started playing the erhu in his youth. He has played at various occasions, such as the Lansu Chinese Garden and First Saturday PDX. He's actively involved in community events where music is appreciated to promote cultural exchange and understanding. And he's a friend of the China Council. He's performed as well before. And then another instrument you're going to hear tonight is the guzheng, also known as the Chinese zither. It is a traditional stringed instrument whose history dates back to around 500 BC, and that will be performed by Mr. Hai Bi. Mr. Hai Bi started studying the guzheng at the age of 9 and has since become a guzheng master. He is a passionate and active advocate for the guzheng, classical Chinese music, and music diversity and inclusion. Ever since he moved to Portland in 2009. In 2014, Mr. B won the Guzheng Gold Award from the Huayue Cup International Instrument Competition. He twice won the first prize in the Shanghai Musical Instrument Competition for young musicians. He graduated from Portland State University and the Music Conservatory of the Northwest University of Nationalities in China. And with that, I'd like to hand it over to Jerry Lin to begin tonight's performance.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having us. And 新年快乐，恭喜发财。
新年快乐，恭喜发财。
Tonight, we are gonna play a few pieces. And Bizhen and I will collaborate to play 2 duet pieces, and each of us will play a solo piece. And instead of introducing the instrument now, I think I'll leave that for the Q&A session. So anyone have questions, then can ask, and we'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, welcome.
That was Spring Festival Overture. So obviously you can tell by the name of the piece. It's also used for the beginning of the celebration of many occasions. So that's Spring Festival Overture. Next, I'm gonna play a piece called Tune of Henan, Henan Xiaoqu. This piece was composed by erhu master Liu Mingyuan with the tune of Henan Opera, which is a local opera in Henan province, as the basic elements. With fresh melody, a strong local flavor, and various playing skills, it vividly shows the pride of Henan people to their hometown.
Very cool.
The next piece I'm going to play called 平湖秋月. It's autumn moon over the tranquil lake. It's about West Lake in Hangzhou. It's a traditional Cantonese music. I hope this music can bring you inner peace and harmony. Thank you for listening.
That's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
Next, we're gonna play together a piece called 春江花月夜, Moonlight over the Spring River. The name of the Chinese 春江花月夜 give you all the pictures of a very tranquil night, bright moon, and by the river, and a lot of flowers.
Thank you very much. It's our great honor to play here. Thank you. Thank you.
So I think we can begin the question and answer session. And I believe John Wong, who's producing the event, were there any, can people just speak up, John?
Yes, please unmute yourselves now.
Okay, with that, let's begin the question and answer.
Here we are, Wally.
Okay, I guess I'll begin. I've got a few questions. I didn't get the name of the gentleman who's playing what I call the Chinese harp. Please repeat his name for me.
The Chinese name is called guzheng.
Guzheng.
Gu stands for old, ancient. It's just called zheng, Z-H-E-N-J.
Mr. Gu. No.
My name.
Oh, your name.
Is Hai Bi.
Hai Bi. Okay.
Hai Bi, yes.
Mei Renti. Okay. So I kept watching your right hand as you were playing, and what I call the arpeggio, when you have a string of notes. And I noticed with this instrument, your movement of your hand is often in an arc, kind of circular. And I was just wondering, yes, like that. Could you comment on that?
This instrument has a lot of Chinese philosophy in it, like yin yang, tai chi. You know, when I do the flowing water thing, it's a lot like.
Ah, beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, it's pentatonic scale. Sounds very harmonious. Yeah,
I see. Okay. Another question for you. Of course, these instruments are tuned to traditional Chinese music. Right.
Yes.
Is it possible to use them to play Western classical music?
It's a little bit tricky. You have to bend down to get those missing notes, because this is do, re, mi, so, la, no, find, ti. But yes, but I can show you something. Maybe
有什么
Western.
西方乐器
Yeah.
也变调变得厉害的。
Please.
That's good.
Yes.
That's very good.
Thank you, Beethoven.
Yeah, I can play some Western piece, but
It's a tricky. Yeah, I think it's a tricky. Yeah.
Or I can put a little blues on it. Blues is pentatonic, right?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Just one final question from me, a technical question. How do you tune this? Do you tune it electronically now, or do you use some old-fashioned methods?
Mostly by my ear, but also I can use tuner. It's pentatonic scale. It's also a fixed note. The one is D, E, F sharp, A, B, and again and again. It's quite simple. Yeah,
I see.
very
Thank you.
It's only 5 notes in one scale. Yeah.
Thank you for answering my questions. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. That was wonderful.
I have a question for Jerry, I guess.
Sure.
So when you play the erhu, the bow goes in between the strings.
That's correct.
And so do you pull it toward yourself for one string and push it away for the other string?
Exactly. Okay, I can.
What I was noticing,
So when I play the outer string, I push a little bit, and when I play inner string, I pull a little bit.
that's what I thought you were doing, but it looked as though you were playing mostly on the outer string.
No, actually, you try to not show the movement of the your hand. You try to keep it straight.
But
So
the hair would come away from the stick. So I was thinking you were pulling away from it.
yes, and the outer string, the more notes are on the outer string. So you probably see more playing on outer string. That's why, because the inner string has only 4 notes that's available, and the others will be played by outer, either outer or inner. So statistically, there will be more out string notes.
What restricts the inner string to 4 notes?
No, I should correct that. It played it be lower in 4 notes than the out string. Obviously, you can play more notes on the inner string, but that's the lower one. The out string that cannot. The erhu is tuned as the A, like 2 middle string of the violin.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Sure.
Well, I've been curious about the structure of the music. In the West, we have scales, and then we have time signatures. And the
Yeah.
first piece that you played, I had the feeling that it seemed to be like it was in 4/4. And I'm wondering if you have different time signatures and if you have different pentatonic scales.
Oh, did you see that?
I think time signature should be very similar to Western music. You have 4/4, 4/2, or 4/3/4, whatever. And the scale for guzheng, they're relatively fixed, right? You either when you tune one way, then you play one scale. On erhu, there's it's a little bit more flexible. You can, because it's no fret, you play whatever notes, whatever half notes you want. So relatively easier to get different scale. So yeah, I can play D major. I can play A minor. Yeah, so.
So you have major and the equivalent of like a major and minor scale.
Right.
Uh-huh. Well, I noticed too that a lot of the music seemed to be in the mood of very peaceful times. And I was wondering if this was your choice for the evening or if there's a general sense that there's peaceful music is preferred or most composed. We've heard the one that sounds like galloping horses and warfare and whatnot. So apparently, there's others, but is there a mood preference in Chinese music?
I think in this Spring Festival, we choose more on a peaceful, tranquil piece, relaxing more. And maybe on other occasions, we choose the horse galloping.
Do you ever have, my video's not working. Do you ever have accompanists, singers to sing along with you?
We do, but I don't have often, not that often.
Not often, yeah, because
Not
that's why I
often.
wonder.
Yeah, we have that. And actually, erhu has many different variety, different, I would say, derivative of erhu. It's small, bigger, or longer, shorter. They are more often used in the local opera. There are different local operas in all over China, and the erhu, it's not erhu anymore. It's called huqing, and they are different in size, different in pitch, and slightly different in play. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Interesting.
Yeah.
I have a question. Are there regional differences between the types of like traditional Chinese music we hear?
Yes, very much. Yes, very much. And the piece I played solo was called Henan Xiaoqu. It's in Henan, so it's central China. And if you remember, I played last year. It's called 草原新牧民. It's from the northern China. It's from the grassland. It's, if you play it again, you hear it. You can definitely tell the difference. It's quite different actually. Yeah. And in southern China, in Shanghai area, the lower Yangtze River Delta area, and the music will be also different. Like Mo Li Hua, I don't know if you are familiar with that. That's very much southern. And the piece I played was Cantonese music. That's much south, yeah. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Well, I'd like to know if there's anything that they would like us to know that we haven't asked.
Well, let me show you the instrument. I guess most of you have seen this. Is it close enough?
Yeah.
Looking at the surface, it's a python skin. And it's python skin. This is the most expensive piece on the instrument because it's become more and more difficult to get the python skin. And so people try to use any other material, any other animal skin, any other synthetic leather or whatever, and nothing works like that. So you have to use the python skin. Now they try to farm raise the python to supply the erhu manufacturers.
It must be a specific kind of python because the Florida is full of pythons.
I was just thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Every time I saw the pythons in Florida, I say, "Wow, I can use that for erhu."
Well, I think Jerry is giving a concert again for First Saturday, or a talk pretty soon. Is it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know we'll enjoy hearing you again on First Saturday.
Sure.
Hy-Vee, do you have a concert scheduled sometime this spring?
Next month, right?
Oh,
Next month, yeah. March 20th. We will have a concert at Old Town Church in downtown Portland.
Other questions this evening?
Well, I'm wondering if there is a system of notation so that this can be passed down.
I was gonna say that.
It's called simplified notation. It's all numbers.
Can you see? It's a numbered system. It's widely used in China for Chinese instrument. It's relatively simple to get your hands on instead of the Western staff. Usually it's a obstacle for people to start music. So basically, you can translate these, one way or the other. So once you get into that, it's not really difficult. But right now we're looking at the numbers instead of dots on the.
It's called simplified notation or number notation. It's quite similar as staff notation. Instead, besides the lines and dots up and down, we use numbers represent do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Number 1 is do, number 2 is re, number 3 mi and fa, and go on and on. It's easy for people to catch the melody. It's original from French.
In Italy
or in Europe. It's for choir singer that
Okay.
use this type of music notation, and then introduced to Japan about 100 years ago, and then introduced to China. Yeah, in ancient Chinese people, they use like
Characters.
like half Chinese character notation, right? It's different. It's another type. Yeah. Yes.
So if we want to hear more of your music and we can't make it to the live performances, do you have a recording or something, or what's the deal?
You want to listen to right now or what?
No, I mean, if I wanted to be able to listen to it, do you have a YouTube channel or some way that we could listen?
I don't have. I don't know if B has. You have? Do you have? Do you have?
Very few on YouTube, but I usually play at Chinese Garden. There's CD, sold in a gift shop. I don't know if
Oh,
there's
okay.
CD. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Okay.
I think.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, well, that was a wonderful performance. Some great questions. Any other questions? I don't want to, get in the way of some of these wonderful questions. Okay, well, if that's the case, thank you, gentlemen, again for some wonderful music.